Um, so yeah, I'm sure you read the title, Why Deji Will Beat Fousey on August 27th um, on the KSI Wasabi undercard. Well, number one, Deji has a lot more to fight for, okay? He's 0-3, right? Lost to Jake Paul, which is explainable. But then he loses to a child who was only in it for the money, Vinny Hacker. He was like 18 or 19. Um, then he loses to Alex Wasabi, which Alex Wasabi was actually dropped, KO'd by Fousey a couple years ago, and that's why people are mainly picking Fousey here, because Fousey has already beat Deji's opponent before, or Fousey has beat Alex before, who beat Deji. So that's why a lot of people are saying Deji's going to lose this fight. But I don't think something footage from 3 years ago is going to really affect this fight. I really don't. I think both will come out different. I think Fousey and Deji will both look different than they did in their previous fights. So yeah, Deji has a lot more to fight for. No one believes in him anymore. So he's trying to show the world. Fousey doesn't have as much to fight for. Maybe himself, self-confidence maybe for Fousey. But for Deji, everyone is counting him out. I think Fousey is favored. So yeah, Deji has a lot more to fight for. Wants to show his brother he can do it. Wants to show himself he can do it, and wants to show his fans that he can do it. So we'll see. So yeah, Deji has a lot more to fight for. Number two, Deji's actually improving, bro. And you may not agree, but if you look at the Vinny Hacker fight to the Wasabi fight, there was a lot of improvement there, bro. The Deji's technique wasn't the worst. Okay? Maybe a little bit of offense could take Deji a long way, but it wasn't the worst that I've ever seen, right? He had good defensive techniques, so he's improving. And that was only a few weeks with Daly, right? He only had a few weeks because I think he caught COVID. So I probably gave him like 2 or 3 weeks with Daly. And he didn't look terrible. So imagine what Deji will look like after training months and months and months with Daly, bro. I mean, I think they've been training since March, right? So that's, what, 4 or 5 months with Daly? And I'm sure there was a break in between, but months and weeks are two different things, and I think Deji's going to be a lot more improved than people think. So, also, Fousey can actually take another loss, whereas Deji probably can't, right? Deji is 0-3, and Fousey is 0-1, right? So if Deji loses this, he will be 0-4. Technically, he'll be 0-1. It's a professional bout, but the media is going to go crazy with this 0-4. So they're going to run with it. So, and if Fousey loses, he becomes 0-2. But listen, Deji needs this win more because his 3 losses are terrible. Well, the Jake Paul loss wasn't terrible. That's actually not a bad loss. But the Alex Wasabi loss and the Vinny Hacker loss, those are terrible losses for Deji. And Fousey's only 0-1. His only fight was against Slim, and he lost. But losing to Slim also wasn't bad. Slim is also undefeated, which means Jake Paul and Slim are both undefeated, which I'm not sure if Slim's actually professional. I'm not sure. But he hasn't lost, I can tell you that. So losing to Slim isn't bad, and losing to Jake Paul isn't bad, at least if you're Fousey and Deji. So Fousey, I think, could suffer this loss more than Deji could. 0-4 is worse than 0-2. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. 0-4 is worse than 0-2. So for Fousey to go 0-2, it won't affect him as much as going 0-4 will for Deji. I'm just saying. So Fousey can definitely suffer another loss and probably be okay. So yeah, man, that's why I have Deji beating Fousey. It all boils down to he just has more to fight for. He has more on his shoulders, and the fact that people are not believing in him. And listen, I haven't seen Deji post anything on YouTube. I've seen him post like a Snapchat story here or there. Not Snapchat, Instagram story here or there. I think this man's actually been going, bro. This man's in the gym with Daly every day. So, Yeah, man, I think Deji's going to be a lot more improved than people think. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But y'all let me know who y'all got winning this fight. I got Deji all day.